Now you can hear me. What's up, guys? Hello. Let me see here. This one, let's see. Good morning, everyone. Let's see who we got in here. Dianjo, yo. Miko, Jonathan, Emmanuel. What's going on, guys? Devlin, Big Money Collector. Booty Warrior. Leo, Logan. Good morning, everyone. Did you get a haircut? I got a haircut a few days ago, but yeah, if you guys didn't watch me on the Plama Weekender live stream over the weekend, then yeah, it's the first time you're seeing my haircut, I guess. But yeah, I got a haircut on Saturday. But that means you didn't watch me on Plama Weekender, which is wrong. Yes, Edward, hello. Reiji, hello. Ramiro, what's going on, guys? So we got some SD kits to build today. Which kit should we build first is the question. You guys are here first, so I'll let you choose first. Which one do you want to see? The Kampfer, the Aquarius, or the Xi? Which one of those three would you like to see first? Lotto, what's going on over there on Twitch? Let's see. Got Kampfer, Xi, Kampfer. I think Kampfer is probably going to be a fan favorite. Everyone loves the Kampfer. You got a couple of Xi votes in there. The Kampfer, Xi. Well, nobody likes the Aquarius. That much is clear. So, alright, well, seems like Kampfer is probably the one you guys want to see first. So we'll do the Kampfer, then the Xi, and then the Aquarius last, I guess. Or maybe we should do the Aquarius first. So that forces you guys to stick around to see the one you guys actually want to see. Let's do the Kampfer. This kit is interesting because it looks awful, but it does have the Chobam armor, which, as far as I know, this is the only model kit of the Kampfer that has that. So I've already gone ahead and just cut all the parts here. There's not that many, so there wasn't really any need to kind of organize them any further, but that's it. There we go. This one, yeah, the body. Well, let's just build it up first and you guys can see for yourselves, but like, the body has what looks to be like next to hardly any articulation, basically. So we'll see that. Like, for example, here's the arm, or like half the arm. The shoulder, upper arm, lower arm, hand is all molded together. So yeah, hey, what's going on, Adam? Adam, I was just about to message you this morning, actually. We need to talk about this week's live show over there on the USA Gundam TV channel. So yeah, that's the arm. Just two halves, and it's the full shoulder and arm and hand all together, all in one piece. Ugh, that's rough. What is going on? DT Warrior, what's going on? Good morning. Let me see. And Loki. What's going on? Alvin. What's going on, guys? Yes, indeed. We need a giveaway item for this week's live stream. If you guys are not watching the live streams over there on the USA Gundam TV channel, you should watch those with Adam and I. Talking about some cool stuff and giving away a kit every time now, too. Are those SD BBs? This one is not. Is this in the BB Senshi line? No. It's just SD Gundam Generation 0. So it's like one of the early ones. I'm not sure if I don't know enough about SD to know if SD BB Senshi. If BB Senshi line had started yet when this one came out or not. I would maybe venture to guess that the SD BB Senshi line was not out yet when this one came out. Interesting that the white stickers on this design, where they're normally white, are in like chrome for some reason. Let's see. It should go like that. Oops. It's like the stripe on the spike on the shoulder, and then the stripe on the head antenna. Couldn't say why they didn't make that silver white, but made it chrome silver instead. Thoughts on HG Dagger L? I'm not planning on checking that kit out just because it's one of those where you can tell basically everything you need to know about the kit just from looking at it, and especially if you've built like for example the Gundam already. Basically everything good and bad about the Gundam you could probably say about the Dagger L, and or just in my experience I can say that with a good amount of confidence. And honestly, there's nothing really too much bad to say about the Gundam L, except or not the Gundam L, the Gundam. There's nothing really too bad to say about the Gundam unless like you don't like the design, but like objectively, there's not really much bad about the kit as far as like a cheap, fairly simple HG kit goes. It's quite good. So, assuming that the Dagger L is going to be pretty similar, and I think that's a fair assumption. I'm sure the Dagger L is going to be a perfectly good kit. So there's the head. And so yeah, you may have noticed that the antenna is not a separate piece for this head. It's just molded together. It's just the head is just two halves, and the antenna is just molded onto one of the halves. So very simple, easy head there. Just has the one polycap in it, and that's it. Let's see what you guys talking about in the chat. You guys are, or it seems like maybe a couple of you are taking the opportunity to chat with Adam there a little bit, which is good. I'm currently doing water slides for my HG Kampfer to be entered in the weather contest. Billy the Butcher said on Twitch. Nice. The deadline is coming up. What do you got? I guess it's got like about 2 weeks left, I think. Less than that. Less than 2 weeks. About 11 days. Oh my, there's someone peeping in on me from outside, guys. But it's a hot lady.
Live now?
Yeah. Each other like that. Wow, she came in and started dancing. Off-screen wife cameo there. Sorry, guys. The head of this kit looks great, which is good for my purposes because kind of the only reason why I bought this kit was to do an SD HG kit bash with the HGUC kit. I thought would be fun with the Kampfer. I haven't really, and I'll say I don't have plans to do that like soon. It's not something that I'm gonna like start on straight away. It's just something that I thought would be cool. So we'll see. It's just kind of future idea. PG mostly RG, MG. Yes. About all the stuff coming in there at USA Gundam Store. I saw the picture on Instagram there, if you guys saw that as well too. That it looked like big there at I'm talking about the USA Gundam Store Instagram page there. Just earlier this morning I saw the photograph of all the boxes of new stuff that came in, and I saw it looked like a full palette of MG Epion kits. So if you guys wanted to get an MG Epion, looks like they got a lot there, and I'm sure a lot of other stuff as well too, but at least that's what I could see in the photo. Devin Hurt, you get a haircut. Yes, I did get a haircut. So you're the second person to mention that. I guess it's pretty obvious. And it's obvious that you guys didn't watch me on Saturday on the Plumbo Weekender stream. I posted a bunch about it, like Friday and Saturday. How did you guys not watch that? Come on. I guess it was at a different time. It was like, if you're living in America, it was like very early Saturday morning, so I guess that's understandable that you guys may not have seen that. But hopefully you watched at some point during the event, because, you know, it's an all-weekend event for charity, and there was a bunch of streamers on there. So hopefully you guys were able to catch a little bit of that. Yeah, because it was too early. What did you say? Yeah, my time slot was early, because because on the weekend, you know, on the weekday like now, I can stream. It's the morning time for me, which is fine. But on the weekend, it's hard to do this time because I'm usually just hanging out with my kids, and my wife, my family at this time on the weekend, in the morning. On the weekend, I can only really do like live streaming at night, so that was the only kind of time that really worked out. Alright, at this point, our body is basically done, and it's pretty simple. So every section is basically just two halves. The torso and waist is all together and just molded as two halves sandwiched together. The arms, just two halves sandwiched together. The feet, just two halves sandwiched together. It's one of those older SDs. This is why I never really liked the older SD kits, is that they kind of have no legs. It's just like waist section, and there's kind of like a little bit of what would sort of supposed to be like the upper thigh, and then it's just feet stuck on the like the bottom of a torso, and I don't really like that. So that's why I still am not really that big of a fan of SD kits, but I much prefer the SD cross silhouette line. The recent line is much more appealing to me because they actually like have legs, sort of. But yeah, he is very small. I mean, granted, this kit is like $5 or something, right? So obviously not gonna expect that much out of it. But let's see, we're not done yet, actually. Still have some more here to do. Obviously all the weapons, and then the Chobam armor, which, like I was mentioning earlier, is definitely one very unique thing about this kit. That even if you're not that big into SD kits, and especially, you know, understandably not a big fan of how simple this kit is, then, you know, you might be interested in the fact that it has the Chobam armor, which is kind of interesting, I think. Like I was saying earlier, no other kit of the Kampfer has that, so it's unique. I've seen, now, maybe, hopefully one of you guys will know offhand, but I can't remember because I'm terrible at remembering people's Twitter handle names, but someone on Twitter recently was making, I think it's for the HG, it could be for the MG, is just a custom scratch building Chobam armor for the Kampfer. I want to say it's on the HG, I believe. And I think he was using the SD kit as the basis for it, and then just totally scratch building all the armor. You guys seen that around Twitter? I forget the modeler's name who's doing that. There's no artwork for it either. So basically, like, this SD kit is kind of like the only reference for the armor, then, is what you're telling me. Ichi something. Yeah, that sounds right. Mulambo, I think you're right on that. Let me do a quick check so I can tell you guys, in case you're interested, if you're a Kampfer fan. I know a lot of you are. Let's see. Ichi, I think you're right on that. Something, right? Yeah, that's right. Ichi, it's in Japanese, it's just Ichi, and then, well, the name, and then it's just Ichi in hiragana in brackets. But the at is Ichi86026918. Okay, looks like that. Really cool builder, and does some really cool stuff with HG kits, you know, aside from just this. His Hummingbird SD kit bash that he did here is really cool. It's just there for his banner. He's got a bunch more photos if you go through his media on there, but I've seen that in person there in Japan, and it's a beautiful build. Alright. That was on display where at Hobby Paradise at the Volks store in Akihabara, which is pretty cool. They don't have like a big display section for Yellow Submarine has a larger display section where they usually have like different custom made Plamobile, like usually by professionals. They're on display. But Volks doesn't have quite as much space for that, so usually they only have maybe a couple of like actual like custom painted builds on display. So that's pretty cool. This Xeon logo sticker here for the front of the body really doesn't fit well onto this space at all. I don't know how they planned that, but Gunpla Meijin Boxboy on Twitch. What's going on there? And I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just gonna say Modolatech. Also on Twitch. What's going on? What do you think of the upcoming live-action Gundam movie? I mean, we'll see. I think I was talking about this the other day when we were talking about this subject. Someone else asked about it a few days, or during one of the live streams last week. I think it's Jordan Voight Roberts, right, is the director that they've said is going to be working on it. I'm hopeful about that because what I've heard about him before was that he wanted to make a Metal Gear movie, but he was like dedicated to only wanting to go ahead with making the Metal Gear Solid movie only if he was able to make it really authentic to the source material, and he was pretty adamant about that. And I also feel like because Netflix is behind it too, I think Netflix is also kind of more open to, you know, letting the developers or the creators behind some of their stuff, letting them, you know, kind of do their own thing and be more authentic to the source material. So that's probably good. I think he'll do a good job, if anybody. I mean, I don't know, who knows. Will you do a review of these SDs? Yes, surely. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with this, with these little pieces here. I guess they're supposed to be like little missiles. So you have the like Sturmfaust grenades, which can't actually plug onto the side of, or they can, can't they? I didn't think there was a place here for them, but there actually is. That's funny. But you can also plug them onto the side of the face mask, onto the side of the Chobam mask there, it looks like. Oh no, that's just kind of how to store everything all together. I guess you could have this on there, but I guess it probably wouldn't work. But that mask goes on to here, right? Well, I'm not checking the instructions, but I'm just kind of assuming that it should just slide onto there. Oh yeah, there it is. There we go. And so what's the deal with the bazookas? You can like you can put these Sturmfaust into the bazooka, and they're just held in there by this little moving function there on the top, I guess. So it's not actually spring loaded. I guess I think like some of the BB Senshi kits actually had like a BB shooting feature. That's like hence the name. This one though, it looks like it's not actually nothing spring loaded in there. Just stuck on there like that. Let's see. And this armor goes here on the front of the torso, like that. And then these bazookas, I'm gonna guess just pop into here. Oh, and that just broke that part. Not exactly surprising, but that sucks. This part here, which holds the bazooka, I'm gonna have to get some glue on that. Oh, actually, I think I attached it onto the wrong section. Yeah, I should have checked the instructions. Oops. My bad. I'll put some glue on that. So, luckily that part didn't completely break off, so I can just glue it and it should be fine. Then you have your shotgun. Both versions of that, short and long. But like the hollow space is opposite. On the short version, you actually have no hollow space, which is nice. But a peg on the side for plugging that onto the back skirt. For storing that up there on that back skirt part there. And then yeah, on the longer version, which I guess is has this hollow space on this side of it. Interesting. Okay. Well, it sucks that that broke. I'm gonna go get some glue real fast and put that on that, so that has some time to cure for the time being. So yeah, I guess with these things, I guess they're just supposed to be like missile ammo. I guess. Kind of really seems to be the only thing you can really do with those. Yep. Alright. Deandra, thank you, as always, for this financial support. Appreciate that. One thing, too, that I'll show you guys while you're here is, while we're here. The chain mine is just made up of 3 sections. So these two, these two, these two. And, I mean, it looks, you know, not bad for like a SD chain mine, I guess, like from the top. But there's just a hollow, so on the bottom there's nothing. So you might want to get like some detail parts. What you could do pretty easily, I think, is just use like, if you have some, well, let me grab, so I'm gonna go grab my glue, so I'll grab the parts that I'm talking about, just so you guys can see. I don't think this will be a perfect fit, but it might be close. I mean, if you just had like a set like this of thruster bell detailed parts from Kotobukiya, for example, and you have these shorter ones, which might fit kind of well up inside there. I know they're not supposed to look like thruster details. If you really want, you could put it backwards, the opposite way around in there, and it would still like not look exactly right. But if you wanted to add something underneath there, that would be something easy that you could add in there that would at least add some detail onto the underside of the chain mines. Or obviously, if you have, especially if you have a circle cutter, you could very easily cut the circles of plot lay, of course. So that just fits into the hand there, like that, and yeah. I mean, it's interesting. If you just want to, especially if you want a Kampfer with a Chobum armor, it's your only option for that. But if you want just a tiny little Kampfer just to sit up on your desk or something, if you're a big fan of the design, it's not a bad option. I think just if you can get your hands on the Converge figure for a fair price, that's probably the better option. But, you know, depending on what you want to do with it. Let's put some glue on that before we put him aside. And yeah. So I'll do the review, of course, for this, and then Yeah, my plan is to do an SDHG kit bash using the HGUC kit, which I reviewed not that long ago, just like 2 months ago or something. So that's a wrap on that. So you guys also said you wanted to see the Xi Gundam, so I'm going to save that for last, and we're going to build the Aquarius Gundam next, the Gundam Aquarius, which a lot of you may be unfamiliar with, because I certainly was pretty unfamiliar with this mobile suit, because it's just like sort of like a Wing MSV kit in the fact that it never actually appeared in Gundam Wing, but it's just kind of part of the backstory, side story. But yeah, apparently, and now I forget, this was meant to fight with the Epion, or alongside with the Epion or something like that. I forget. I read the wiki page for it, but I can't remember offhand anyway. But again, this one came out. Let's see, the Kampfer came out in 1999, and this kit came out in 2000, so not that long after. Is the Tamotu contest confirmed? No, Jikito, it's not confirmed, because we're still doing the clean versus weathered contest, but I still would like to do a Tamotu contest, so it's still totally possibly going to happen. If you have an idea that you think would be good for the contest, maybe wait, but I don't want to tell you to wait because I don't know if we're for sure going to do the contest at all ever, but if you don't mind, if you have the Tamotu kit and you have a project in mind and you don't mind waiting a little bit, then maybe wait a little bit and see if the contest is going to be coming up. It's the brother or sister suit of the Epion, and it transmits virus mobile laws. Yes, that's it. See, I knew it had something to do with the Epion, right? Thank you. Right. So yeah, it's a pretty unique design, and I mean, I guess I can kind of sort of see the similarity to the Epion. Just in the fact that it has that evil look, but that's kind of really about it. Huh. What's going on, Mercenary? I'm thinking of building the HGUC Kshatriya soon. Is it a good kit? Or it's not that great? It's a great kit. The HGUC Kshatriya, yeah. Very nice kit. It's not necessarily like super detailed, because it's an HG kit, so I mean, I guess it depends on what you want, but I think it's a really nice kit. I've built the HG twice, and the repaired version as well, so kind of 3 times. I built the HG when it first came out, and then I built it a couple years ago again for a commission, and then somewhere in between there built the repaired as well. So yeah, I like the kit. It has the heat rod of the Epion too. Yes, that'd be this part here in red, which is not supposed to be red actually. Fossil Parrot, what's up, Zach? Hope you're having a great day. Keen to tune in for your usual great build streams while working from home. Well, thank you, Fossil Parrot. Glad you're able to tune in. I hope you're enjoying working at home. Some people enjoy working at home, and some people, want to get back to work or whatever. So I don't know which category you fall into, but if you're enjoying working at home, I hope that you're able to enjoy that. This one again, kind of most of the reason why I got this kit, or kind of maybe the only reason why I got this kit, is basically just because, again, I thought it was a cool design, And I thought especially the head design is really cool and would make for a good SDHG kit bash, but of course there's no HG version of this, so it would just be like some kind of just custom kit bash, just basically putting this head onto something else that's, you know, then kit bash with some other parts or something like that. So maybe like a, I don't know, a mix of, I was gonna say like a mix of different like wing HG mobile suits, but there's not that many like good HG wing kits. I mean, I guess there's a couple of more recent ones, but most of them are pretty old, right? So, I don't know. Again, this one is another one where I don't have any like really nailed down plans for it, just kind of an idea. I thought it was a cool head design and it would make for a cool head on a custom kit. So I mean, look at that, that's pretty cool, right? It's a really unique design for the head. You got a massive seam line on the top of the head and then going like down the back and everything, but you can really see the similarity to the Epion here on like the head, and I guess like the big wings on the side of the face as well too, kind of big ears. So could make a custom Talgies. Yeah, the Leo, I mean, is certainly one of the best HG wing kits out there, but I don't think that would quite work out very well. Could look cool with the Phoenix Gundam. Yeah. The SD Cross Silhouette Phoenix Gundam. Yeah. That came out and I feel like I've not seen anyone build that kit. I feel like that release was a big flop. Did any of you guys actually build that? I don't know. I thought there would have been more interest in it with it being kind of a pretty unique release. But it seems like, like the vibe that I got, I didn't really see many people really caring too much about that one. I mean, anytime they release something that's like unfamiliar, that's like not actually from an anime or anything like that, then obviously it's not going to be as popular. So I guess that makes sense. Kind of like the SD Xi as well too, was a design that came out that's not actually like from anything that most people would recognize, being like just from a game basically. Boom Cannon said, I can't find the Phoenix Gundam in stores. Yeah, I'm sure that people bought them up at first, but maybe it's just because Bandai hasn't done a rerun of the kit since the original release, and so that's why I haven't really seen many people building it. Atomic Sunday says he has the Phoenix and the Xi in his backlog. I mean, I built the Xi as well too, but just because I love the design. But I wish that we would get like a full version of that instead of just an SD. So hopefully someday. I do like that this kit has no seam lines on the feet. That's good. That's an improvement. The feet are two halves, just the top and bottom of the feet rather than like left and right side. So that's good. And also on the shoulders, you have like a little bit of seam line right there. And then just basically just massive mold lines, so you still have to do a bunch of sanding just to get rid of all the mold lines on the top and bottom of all these fins. It's a massive mold line there, but no seam lines to glue anyway. The back of the arm, these tiny little things that I guess you could sort of call arms. They're just sort of like arm nubs here. Have hollow gaps in the back, and the shoulder parts as well too have hollow gaps here, but the kind of back side of the shoulder part kind of fills that in a little bit, so I think it looks fine. I mean, I think it looks okay like that, to be honest, as far as just a simple little SD kit goes. And then we have these fins here out the front of the feet as well too. Can't forget about those. You know what would be cool? Would be to kit bash this with some of the 1/44 scale G-Unit kits. Like do a kit bash of like some parts of some different G-Unit kits. Not exactly the best kits, and those are going to take some work. You know, anything used from those kits is going to take a lot of like seam line removal and you know, some upgrade work on those as well too. But there's some cool design features there that could be utilized together, like with this head, and it would all be kind of Wing Universe stuff. That could be cool. He said, Nats and Caps. I wish more kits in the HD the Origin line get released. What was your favorite to build? The HD Origin had so many great kits. They're kind of all great. Really, the only like kind of times I ever really feel that I was a little bit disappointed with the HD the Origin line would be like maybe the first couple of Gundam type kits, like the local type, and I think like the FSD, I believe as well too. Like where they had the ankle armor molded together with the lower leg was kind of like, what's that all about? That was kind of disappointing, like that one small aspect of those kits, but otherwise those kits look really nice, and they're really great overall. It was just that kind of one aspect was like, and it's the same thing with the all the Zaku kits. All the Zaku kits are fantastic, but I just don't know why on like most of them, except for like a couple of the later variants, most of them all have the big seam line down the front of the forearm as well too. But I've made a video about how to remove that seam line in the front of the forearm there for those Zaku kits. It's not that difficult to do. Just kind of wish that they would have designed that in a little bit different way to not have that seam line there. Would have been nice, but yeah, you can't really go wrong with any of the SD the Origin kits, really, as far as I'm concerned. So I would recommend just getting whichever design appeals to you, and also whichever you can find. Maybe there's a particular design that you really like, but you might not be able to find it currently. So if there's a cool one that you can find that is in stock somewhere, I would say just go for it. The Dom test type was a really cool one. Any of the Zakus. The ARC 7802 Gundam is probably my favorite among the Gundam type ones, but they're all pretty cool. Some cool features to some of the local type variants. Even the gun cannon, which I'm not really ever that much of a gun cannon fan. But still, that one was also some couple really cool variants of that. And I think one of the few kits in that lines that I've not actually built is the early type gun tank. Just because just not really a fan. The Boog is a really nice kit that may not immediately appeal to you, or just kind of you guys in general. I feel like the Boog design is maybe a little bit harder to love, but it's a really nice kit. Definitely, objectively, one of the best kits in the line, I would say. Just overall. And yeah, there's a lot of good ones. But yeah, I agree. I do wish they would make more. Not exactly what I wish for more Zaku 2 variants, because I think we've got enough of those. But yeah, some other different stuff from kind of the Origin would be cool. I don't know exactly what, but I thought about that next Labo question from the other day, and honestly, I think Saber from Fate. Oh yeah, would let Bandai flex their muscles a lot. Metal texture is favorite. Yeah, Ozzy, that's a good one, and certainly a popular character. So they could definitely sell that. Yeah. So obviously, we've got a good amount of stickers on this kit. And rather than like polycaps, we've got like 2 big polycaps which kind of do everything. So like this one big polycap here holds the arms and the head all together. Look at this, is the torso section. Look, it's just like this flat little cookie, little pancake torso section there. Would you consider reviewing the older HG Gundam Mark II Super Gundam since they are compatibility with AOZ kits? Super Gundam maybe. The original like HG Mark II, I mean probably not. I don't know. I could see the value in reviewing that for just to have as a resource for you guys, but honestly, just personally don't really have that much interest in doing it. Because I don't actually like the design of the Mark II all that much. I mean, sometimes I look at it and I like it, but it's just a little bit boring for me. And I've talked about this with Josh before, I think on an episode of Plamo No Trend. We were talking about this, but yeah, it's kind of got all the elements there to be a cool design. I just find it a little bit boring for some reason, I don't know. It doesn't quite have the charm of the RX-782 and doesn't quite have the cool factor of some other Gundams. But as far as kits go, the HGC 2.0 of that is a fantastic, or not HGC 2.0, what am I doing? The HGC Revive kit of that is an amazing kit, wonderful kit. So if you're interested in an HD version of the Mark II, definitely get the Revive one. Even though it's just a year difference between the Kampfer and this, I mean, I think I can already tell this one just looks a lot better. Very sticker heavy, as you guys can see, but still. Love when you've got one of these big massive stickers that just like covers the entire piece. For these front skirt sections. Oh, and I think we missed, or maybe we just haven't put those on yet, but I think the Mark II is purposely less interesting of a suit because it was designed as a tertiary to Zeta and Yakushiki. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. They had to make it cool enough that they could sell model kits and toys and all that, but still wanted the main focus to be on the other mobile suits in the series. Yeah, I get that. Oof. Not quite perfect sticker placement on these, but considering the sticker, I'm not going to feel too bad about that. Pretty good anyway. Kind of making the best of a gigantic sticker. That's on there. And then what do we got going on with these things here? This is for what? Backpack, I guess. Or, yeah, I think so, right? These things on here like that. Oh, okay, yeah. On the next page of our final assembly is where we're putting on more stickers. These big ones right here on the side of the face. And on the backpack though, nothing there. Oh, then a bunch on the front of the shoulders as well too. Alrighty. MG flags, MG Braves, you want them all? I think the flag would be a cool, and like, or just any one of those different kind of variants. of those type grunt suits from 00 would make for a cool MG kit. Yeah, it's not one that like would be anywhere near the top of my personal list, but I think it'd make a cool kit. Yeah. Doing my best to work that sticker into there, but it's only so much that you could do with that. So I mean, the stickers do certainly add a lot to this. I mean, and nobody likes to put a bunch of stickers on a kit, but I mean, without the stickers, this would be pretty boring looking. So I mean, the stickers do certainly add a lot. The gold and green and red and light blue bits, because otherwise it's just all molded in just dark blue and red. So, I mean, if you don't mind it, and for again like a $5-6 SD kit, a couple of stickers on there, not the worst thing in the world. On the feet, we have no stickers. This is another example of the kit has no legs at all. It's just a waist section and then just straight to feet there for that. But we have a number of stickers here on the shoulders. That's gonna take us a few minutes here to do this. So, cool on this side. Where's my MG Zazmaza and Gilsgi? What? Oh man. Oh, they are different. Each of these little kind of like red metallic diamonds that go here on the shoulder. I thought they were just all the same size, so I thought it was weird that they put a different katakana on these older sticker sheets. You know, instead of numbering them, they've what would you call them? Lettered them by Japanese katakana. So I'm wondering, why did they put different katakana on each one? That seems kind of silly when it's just all the same sticker, but no, they're not the same, so I guess pay attention to that. And this is one of those instances where it's helpful if you can read katakana, but you don't necessarily need to be able to. You just have to match the symbol. It's fair enough, but some of the symbols might look kind of similar to the untrained eye, and it might get kind of confusing, but obviously at this time Bandai was not caring too much about catering to overseas customers. Which is understandable. Now we've got full English translation on everything. It's pretty amazing. What a time to be, not necessarily alive, but what a time to be building Gunpla, I guess. Consuming Bandai products, where we've got English on everything. So here's a perfect example. Stickered versus unstickered arm there. So you can see the unstickered side is just this splat of dark blue. So it does add something to that. Weaponry is so bland. Yeah. Weaponry a little bit bland. If they actually made like a full-size version of this as like a SD kit or something, or not SD, sorry, HG kit. Yeah, I feel like that would, and like if I was reviewing the HG kit, that probably would be one of the criticisms, albeit very slight criticism, because hey, that would be one thing that I would mention about the kit, would be the lack of any other weapons. But it's one of those cases where just by design it doesn't have any other weapons, so you shouldn't expect it to have anything that it wasn't ever meant to have. It's one of those occasions where you have to go into it with the right expectations. If you're wanting to build a kit and expecting it to have a bunch of weapons and accessories, then it's the wrong one for you. Go, easy peasy. Get that sticker all down in there. there you go. So the heat rod, you can do both sides. So that just kind of like slots into the back of the arm there like that. And the same thing on this side. So you can use both or just one or the other. Which side, doesn't matter. There you've got, oh, and you can't really change the angle much of that. You can just kind of have it just shooting straight out like that. Doing one of those. So yeah, it's like with the Kampfer. It's not going to really do much, but interesting. Yeah, certainly interesting. Certainly a unique design. Here's the backpack there. I'm not really sure what these things are. I think just kind of something there on the back. But on the front, I mean, you got all the colors there. They do look pretty nice. Just stickers, but not too bad for something to just put together and just stick on the dashboard of your car or something. Not bad. Interesting. Alright. I like that. And yeah, again, the head design is very cool. And even the shoulders, I might end up like taking the shoulders of this and using them. Like take the head and the shoulders of this and then kit bash it with some thing else. I don't know. That could be cool. Some different HD Gundam, like the HD. I feel like this would go like the head design and like the shoulder design as well too would go together well with like something from Seed or something. It has a similar look to like a Seed era enemy mobile suit. Anyway, all right, 2 down, and before I show you guys the before we build the last one, the Kasi. Well, let's give you a little preview of something I built up yesterday. Here's the Gun Girl kit. It's pretty Bandai. I'll just say it's not great. Certainly doesn't really compare to the Kotobukiya offerings, but it's not bad. Also has a bunch of stickers on there. It's all most of the silver that you see on there is all just stickers on the design. The whole gun scope head thing is weird. Yeah, that goes like that. And a clear red part on the front, and then this is a gold sticker there on the back. Interesting, but I don't think that I'll be building any more of these. And I heard from Adam that at least for the time being, it sounds like Bandai is not going to be importing these kits to the US. So if you guys are in the US, you won't be able to get them, at least locally. You have to order them from overseas, is what it seems like is going to be the case for these. So if you're in the US and if you were interested in this line, you'll have to order it from abroad. And kind of tricky to get this hole joint into the socket up in there, but there you go. And of course there's the gun as well too, which I'll probably just after the review just end up giving this to my son to play around with. But put all the decals and everything on that. It's kind of interesting, again, just to like build this, and it has the trigger works and some other stuff like opens up on this. How did that work? I forget. I didn't really, after building I didn't actually really play around with it very much, but anyway. The sides open up. I'm sure there must be like something to open that. And that opens up like that, and like the handles pop out up there at the front for her to hang on to. And kind of automatically closes up when you close it. That's kind of interesting, and the handle folds in there like that. And you got the kind of bullet shaped kind of cartridge sort of thing in there as well too. So yeah, it's interesting. Not really for me, but I wanted to build one of them just to check it out, see what it's like, let you guys know. So I'll do that. I'll work on that review later today. Also, my plans for reviewing today. Also, the frame arms girl Magatsuki kit. It's up here. This one. It's also all built up in here. I won't take it out at the moment, but built that up, and we'll have the review for that one coming out very soon as well too. So why don't we build the SD Messer first. Because did you guys know that this kit actually comes with 2 kits? You get the SD Xi Gundam, and then you also get a kind of like, I don't know, you call it like a mini SD Messer in there as well too. There's this little guy which is like made up of just a couple of pieces here basically. Doesn't really do anything, but there you go. That's it. And you got this thing, which is it a base jabber or has it a different name? I don't know. And this can ride along in there on this little guy. Zoom zoom. And we have some stickers for this one as well too, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on. And yes, 2 kits, but again, the Messer is simpler than the simplest of SD kits. It's just 3 pieces there for the entire thing. Well, I guess 4 if you include the weapon rifle here as a separate. The arms are molded together as 1 piece, and I mean arms, it's all 1 piece. You saw in there. Completely hollow on the back side of the arms there. And the head, torso, waist, and legs is all just 2 halves sandwiched together there. So, pretty simple. Well, let's go ahead and see. So yeah, just a couple of stickers on there. Just for the eyes. That's basically it. So I thought it would be cool to paint up this like mini SD Messer in the same color scheme that I did for the HG kit. That would be fun to try, but at the same time, I just can't really be bothered. There's a lot of other projects that I'm working on, a lot of other stuff that I would much rather work on than that. So, well, I think it would be kind of cool to do that. I don't think I'm actually going to. Got a little included base here as well. Easy peasy. Baby Messer, yes. A little baby Messer there, and you can tuck him into his little base jabber crib. That's it. Oh, but you can also, while we're here, I'll show you this. Your weapons for the Xi Gundam, the beam saber, and your beam rifle, which is, let's see, where's it at? I was gonna say it's hollow, but no, unfortunately it's not hollow. It's just that I forgot to put it together. Your 2 halves of that, and do we have a sticker for that? Yes, we do. Anyway, the beam rifle and beam saber fit underneath here. You can store them on the underside of here. That goes in there like that, and beam rifle in here like that. So for storage, you can keep them down there like that. Pretty cool. The beam rifle or the beam saber, unfortunately, just all solid white plastic. And the same thing for the effect parts for the funnel missiles. Also, you kind of have the funnel missile and the effect parts all molded together in white plastic, so that's too bad. Put this stuff aside there for the moment. Can you mount the base jabber on that base? Yes, you can. That's one of the reasons why it's included. I think what you have to do that, let me see. It says just plug it right up into there. It seems like it's going to be not a very strong fit. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, see? Yeah, not the strongest fit, because this is not your typical, it's not the same as your usual action base, like the 4-part action base where it's like the 2 bottom parts are like 2 halves, and then the arm and then the attachment piece. It's basically the same as that, but a little bit simpler version of that. So not quite as solid, it seems like, but anyway, it works, yes, simply, and the messer goes up on top of that thing. Oh no. How can you can't have the messer holding his rifle and on the base jabber at the same time. You'd have to separate the arms, which, can you separate the arms? Now I want to check that out. So see, the problem is to hold on to the base jabber, you have to have this hand down in this position, straight down like that, to hold on to the handle. But then this beam rifle is getting in the way on the other side. Have that on here like this, holding onto the handle, and then it's not gonna be able to get on there right because the beam rifle's in the way. And you can't move one arm without moving them both at the same time because they're connected. So let's see if we can separate those arms. I think probably we can. I think they're probably made in the same way like a lot of the HG front skirt armor, where you can, it's molded in a way that you can separate it and move them individually. I think that's the case here as well too. Yeah. Yes, we can. So that's good. Yeah. Someone who was saying there in the chat. So yeah, you can cut it right here in the middle easily enough. Then you don't have that problem. Yes, he was doing a little bit of a tantrum dance there, wasn't he? So, oops, now these aren't gonna stay in there, come on. There we go. Now we can move the arms individually. That's better. And we can have him riding on here and actually holding and firing the beam rifle, sort of looking like that. Fantastic. Alright. As we were saying, we've got a sticker here, 17, for our beam rifle camera. And a second sticker on that or not? Yeah, this other sticker, which seems like it goes there, and it's not actually numbered, so I think you're just kind of left to figure that out by yourself. This sticker doesn't have a number, and the manual doesn't show you where to put it, but pretty certain it goes right here for the lower camera on the beam rifle, because it certainly is a perfect fit there. So yeah, just gonna assume that that goes there, and the manual just doesn't actually tell you about it. So there's that. Now we can build the actual Gundam. So head. Let's see. I was wondering if I want to I think it'll be easier. It may not look it, but I think it'll be easier to just have all the parts dumped out like that. For me, anyway. It's kind of easier to find what I'm looking for. So we've got our eye piece. We have our typical SD eyes. We have the option of the cute eyes or the mean eyes. Oops, and I did not get that sticker on there straight. Oh, because that's the wrong side for the sticker. I thought both sides were the same, but they're not. So that's why. Putting that on there thinking like, this sticker just doesn't really fit in this space very well. That's better. There we go. Jake, what did you miss? You're very late. You missed the first two kits. But just in time to see the third kit. Alright, eyepiece and face piece. Right there, should we go cute eyes or mean eyes? I'm just gonna go cute eyes for now. I'm gonna switch it to the regular eyes later. Our head parts here. With a panel line there to disguise the seam line, but I kind of wish that wasn't there because it looks like a seam line turned into a panel line. Unfortunately, they should have like had some variation to it instead of just like a straight line all the way through there. No manual challenge? No, I don't know. I mean, I could figure it out without the manual. I guess it's an SD kit. How hard can it be? But just to make sure I'm not doing anything wrong or whatever, to save myself the time. Interestingly, even for the Vulcans here on the side of the head, we have a little black sticker to fill that in. So you don't even need to drop a little paint or marker or whatever into the Vulcans. Got it all covered. And even in here as well too, for these vents on the side of the head, they give you little stickers to fill those in as well too. So you don't need to do hardly anything. I want to convert the cassette to a CS frame. Or, now hear me out, what about kit bashing the SD cassette with the upcoming HG kit? What about that? I mean, there's an idea. Let's see, Ozzy said, I saw you did the Figure Eyes Ultraman kits. Have you built the entry grade Ultraman Zero or heard much about it? No, I've not. I didn't even know that there was an entry grade Ultraman kit. Or I maybe saw it and I don't know, didn't think about it. But that sounds interesting. I'll have to check that out. I enjoyed checking out the entry grade Dragon Ball kits, so if it's anything like that, then it could be pretty cool. Okay. So that goes way back on there. And the V-fin, which is such a cool design. Should attach it to here. We got that big massive chunk there for the part on the front of the V-fan, which looks great in SD form, which is why I like the design of this head, and I think it will be great kit bash with the HG. So there we go, with cute eyes, but still very cool design for the head. Hollow gaps in the back side of the V-fin, but I don't really care too much about that. That's fine. Okay, on with the torso, PCC, and these couple of torso pieces here. This one. Very cool pose on the Ultraman Zero entry grade. I'm gonna check this out here real quick since you're telling me about it. Have you seen Full Metal Panic? No, I've not ever watched that. The HG comes out on Saturday. I believe, yeah, the HG should be coming out very soon. What is it? Entry grade Ultraman. Okay, yes. Yeah, I think I have seen this. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. I'm not sure if I'll get it or not because it's got the more kind of traditional Ultraman type suit, which it doesn't really appeal that much to me. The reason why I like a lot of the figurized ones is because they're the kind of newer style one, where it's more of like a, I don't know, mecha kind of suit, Iron Man sort of type suit, rather than just like a guy in a spandex bodysuit kind of thing. But still, the head design, kind of head mask, helmet design of that one is cool, yeah. Alright, so we got those all together. It's another very flat torso here for this one. Gonna have to go to Gundam base this weekend then. I actually might go to the Gundam base this weekend. But I'm not sure. Thinking about that. Okay. Then this part here. Where's this? Here it is. For the chest. See, those blue parts go into there. Like that. And that front piece, where is it? Oh, it's blue. So I was looking for a white part and I couldn't find it because it's blue. There we go. And we do have a sticker for this as well. Sticker 18. So, when is Hathaway's Flash supposed to come out? Interesting. This is from parts there. Move, I guess that's for the flight mode. When's Hathaway's Flash supposed to be coming out, guys? This summer, right? June? July? It's quite the delay when it was originally supposed to be out in the winter, right? July. Goofy says. So hopefully I'll be able to see that in the theater here. That'd be cool. Sometimes we get different anime movies and stuff here in the theater in Korea. I've seen like I think it was Evangelion Rebuild 2. I think it was the 2.0. I think that I watched here in the movie theater in Korea. Or 3. Or both. Maybe I've seen both of them here in Korea actually. Alright. Go ahead and put that together. Our head and torso there. David, I don't think it was supposed to come out all the way back in May of last year. I think it was originally supposed to come out in the winter of last year, I believe. Or like the winter, this past winter, which I guess they didn't necessarily say if it would be like the end of 2020 or the beginning of 2021. I think they just said winter, that's all, so. If I remember correctly. Where's the little handle piece? There it is, hiding inside the foot. Little handle piece here for the shield. I'm just kind of taking a step away from the main body for a second just to put the shield together, just basically to kind of get some of these parts out of the way. I mean, not a bad delay, but it's certainly it's at least a few months delay on that. So that's unfortunate, but I'm sure Bandai is dealing with a lot of things being delayed from what they had originally planned on releasing them, I'm sure. Just like model kit and toy-wise and things like that. See, 999 sticker 9. Is that right? Really? This is supposed to be yellow? That's weird. And 10. Don't remember these accents on the shield being yellow, but alright. I guess that's right. Are there any other SD versions of the Kasi? As far as I know, this is the only one. There might be like a Sangokuden version of the SD design, if any of you guys know. I wouldn't know. Someone else there in the chat, I would assume, probably would know better than I would. That I don't really... SD is not my forte, and especially when you get into like the Sangokuden designs. I really don't know much about those, so... it's very possible something like that exists, but I'm the wrong one to ask. Alright, so there's the shield with quite a number of stickers on there. Oh, and there's more actually, I'm not done. Sticker 5. No Kasi in the recent Sangoku line. Okay. Are you going to get the MG Mark V? Kenny, please. Come on, you don't need to ask me that, of course. I love Sentinel. I love the Mark V. I've dreamed of having a kit of the Mark V. That should be arriving anytime. Actually, I was actually a little bit concerned as to why it's not arrived yet. But I'm sure it's coming soon. Just have to be a little bit patient. And I need this other one here, this little guy. That goes on there. And see. Even now, I still wait for the MG00 Diver Ace to be available. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna make that. Do you think they will make a master grade of the Mark IV? Yeah, probably not. I think it's already pretty far stretch for them to be making the Mark V. The Mark IV is kind of even more obscure, I feel like. So I would highly doubt that that's going to ever happen. Oops, that's not the right one. You think the Mark IV would be an HG or SDCS? I could see the Mark IV coming out as like an SDCS kit, because it'd be kind of similar like the Cascade, for example. That's possible, but I think a MG is very unlikely. I just watched them make an MG Mark IV like they do with the Riga Z custom MG. I mean, yeah, who knows? I don't know. Bandai does pull out some pretty crazy surprises sometimes, so... I mean, just the Mark V itself, this is kind of the whole reason why I'm doubting the Mark IV would ever happen, is because the Mark V itself is pretty crazy that they even made that, so... We'll see. Alright. What kit are we on, Gen Sniper? We're on the Kasi, the third and final one. Alright, so and this little one should pointing up. Like that. And the back side. Like that. Does this one have more stickers than the average SD, or is it about standard? I think it's probably pretty standard. Yeah, I've not built a ton of SD kits, but from what I can tell, I think it's probably a pretty standard amount of stickers on this. Miko, what's your question you're trying to ask to Adam? I don't think Adam's still watching. I'm not sure if he's in the chat anymore, but what's your question? Which version of the new Barzam are you getting, Miko Plot? Actually, I missed the pre-order for the HG Barzam, so I may not get either new version. We'll have to see. Did you watch the Hathaway's Flash 15-minute preview? No, I've not yet watched that. Banshee Norn says, are these real kits? Yes, they're real kits. Beirut Blast asked if the MG EZ8 gets restocked often. Generally, I think fairly often, I guess. Maybe more than some other MGs, possibly. If it got restocked recently, or if they're getting it in stock soon, I'm not sure, but Adam could tell you. You could ask him, if you're really desperate to know, you could send a message and ask. Or this Friday, I think probably, we'll be doing another live stream on the USA Gundam TV channel. The live streams that Adam and I do there, where we answer your guys' questions, so you can ask your question at that time. Mr. B Plamo Builder, hello from Panama. Hello. Okay, let's get on with this. With these arms here. So let's see. Got that. And forearm piece. What am I missing? Oh. To this one here. PCA. Hello from Argentina. Hope that Bandai does more SD cross silhouette. Yeah. Like I said, not really a huge SD fan, but the cross silhouette line is pretty nice. Oh, really? Okay. That's right. And like that. There we go. Alrighty. Trying to make sure that I don't miss any stickers too, because the manual is not, I mean, just for me, glancing briefly at the manual, it's not easy for me always to pick out where we're supposed to put on the stickers, so trying to make sure I don't miss something. Good night, Zach and everyone. See you, DT Warrior. Hello from Brazil, the most expensive placenta. You have a Gunpla. Okay, the place that was missed. Maybe autocorrect or something there. The most expensive place to have a Gunpla. Sorry to hear that about Brazil being expensive for Gunpla. I wonder what really the most expensive place is. I mean, I have no doubt that it's expensive in Brazil, but I wonder if it's really the most expensive or not. I wonder if it's really, truly the most expensive placenta. Favorite RG? Derpy Days asked my favorite RG. Maybe this has to be. Yeah, it's a fun one. It's big, very nicely detailed, a lot of fun, and I think probably my favorite version of this has to be. I like it a little bit more than the Verka, just because it's not quite so massive. It's a little bit more manageable size. But still has a ton of detail and everything. If Gail said, if a friend in Romania and the kit's on average twice the cost when converted to US dollars. I mean, twice the cost is probably pretty tame. In some parts of the world, I would imagine it's 3 or 4 times the cost of the kit. So, just if I had to guess. Can you briefly explain your process of applying glue to a finished painted build? It depends on if you're talking about like gluing something that's broken or gluing like just a joint that I just want to be fixed. If it's just a joint to be fixed, and it also depends. If it's a small thing, then I'll just use a little tiny bit of this to be extra thin, or the Mr. Cement SP. I'll just use a little bit of that. But the problem is that'll destroy your paint, so you have to be really careful with that, because if you get too much of that, or if you get that leaking out or something like that, it'll just eat the paint. So you have to be very cautious. Super glue also works as well too. It's a little bit larger piece. Maybe we'll use a little bit of super glue. Super glue you also have to be a little bit careful with, but not quite so much. It also just doesn't do the exact same thing as extra thin cement does, so it's a little bit different. But one of those two is what I'll do. It just kind of depends on exactly what it is. Alright, so we got these two on here. What do you think about the upcoming 30 Minute Sisters kits? Yeah, I don't know. It looks, again, like a pretty typical Bandai Mecha Musume kit, like the different figurized kits we've had out so far, and the HG Fumina and different HG kits we've had out so far. They don't look great, and they certainly don't look anywhere near as good as the different Kotobukiya kits. But the advantage that Bandai has is that they can make them a lot cheaper. So, you know. They may be cheaper, but if they look like crap, then it's not really any point to it. But I don't think they look like crap necessarily. I don't think they look that bad. So we'll see. What's your favorite Mecha Musume kit line? Probably Megami Device. Megami Device is just kind of the best there is. Do you think that clear nail polish can be a good cover for Gunpla stickers? I wouldn't. That sounds like a bad idea. I wouldn't do that. I've never tried it, so I couldn't say for sure, but I'm not sure I would recommend that either. Getting these legs finished up here. Of course, we've got some more stickers on the feet. I build a lot of 1/35 scale armor as well as Gunpla. Would you ever do a traditional style kit, Zach? You mean like painting a Gundam kit, for example, like in the style of like an armor tank kit or something, for example? I mean, weathering is something I would like to be better at, kind of. So, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but it's just also in general not something that I'm all that interested in either. I think it'd be a good skill to have, but I think I'm always just going to kind of prefer, just personally, a nice clean build over weathering something for my own personal taste. I think probably a little bit of weathering, just some very slight, subtle weathering is good for me. So I've tried that a little bit on a couple of builds to varying degrees of success, but I think, like for example on my MG Barbatos build, I think is probably one example where it came out pretty good. Hey, forgot to put these little stickers on there. But once we're finished with this, that's going to be all for today. Then I think probably the next live build, I'm not sure, but I think probably the next one will be the Master Grade Jin. That's coming. It's on the way. It should be here hopefully maybe tomorrow. And then it'll take me a day or so to get it all prepped for the live build. So possibly on Friday we'll live build that, but I'm not sure. I can't say for sure. I'll let you guys know. But aside from that, I'm not sure what else I might be live building this week. So obviously just following here on YouTube, of course, and then just on my Facebook page and Instagram as well too is a good place to follow for updates on that, because I was post about what I'm going to be live building on those around everywhere. So if you don't want to miss it, you just may want to make sure you're not going to miss anything. That would be a good place to follow any of those, any or all of different social media stuff. You already know that Bandai have that MG Insurgent type as a P Bandai very soon. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be P Bandai variants of the Jin that will be coming out, of course. It's only a matter of time. And there is our cassette. Did I get all the stickers? Yes, there's a lot of them, but I think I made it through and didn't miss any. Alright. There you have it. Let me show you guys a little bit better angle here. There's the cassette and the Kampfer. Oops. And let's take off this because it's kind of silly. The Aquarius. Ta-da! So, SD kits. Some fun ones, some cool ones. I think all three of these kits I basically got with the intention of just only using their heads for doing some HG kit bashes. So I'll do the reviews of these and, you know, let you guys know. Oh, how could we forget about our baby Messer as well too, which on camera it just kind of looks like a big blob of red because it's very bright. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, I'll do my reviews of these, and like I said, also working on the Gun Girl review today, as well as the Magatsuki Frame Arms Girl kit review. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna think more about anything else to live build this week, but I don't know. That's probably it. Assuming that the Jin comes hopefully tomorrow. Then I think possibly on Friday we can live build that. Let me check here. See where that package is. And I can have a better idea. When I checked last night though, it was still not near. So oh, no, yeah. Ooh, let's see. Today is 20th. It might even come later today. But if not today, then definitely tomorrow. So, yeah. Hopefully then on Friday we can build the Master Grade Jin. But otherwise, I mean, I'll let you guys know. Thanks for hanging out today, building some SD kits. Hopefully you guys are into SD kits. I mean, not everyone is. I'm not really that into them, but it's always fun to build something different. So if there's a gin, why not have some rum as well? No, if there's gin, we're gonna have some juice as well. That's what I need for building the Master Grade gin. I just need to have a big bottle of juice, so we can have a gin and juice stream. I gotta remember not to forget about that. So I remember to prepare some juice for that stream. Anyway, alright guys, take it easy. I'll see you later. Have a good rest of the night or day or wherever you are. And bye-bye.